Good morning, everybody. Kim Carr here, and I've got Wanda helping me out today, and then we've got our guest speaker who's Virgene Tyrrell. We are doing the Best Missouri Hands this year is doing a series of virtual studio tours, and we've visited Patty's studio last month or month before, and so it's been a lot of fun. And we're going to do Carol's next month. So, and Michelle was our first. So, hey, and welcome everybody. So yeah, Best Missouri Hands is doing the virtual studio tours. They've been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot, got to, it's just kind of opened my eyes as to how much, artists, not only their hard work, but their investment in the work they create and stuff. So thank you, Virgine, for being here with us today. I've got a little video and stuff that you've made that we'll show, but if you'd like to introduce yourself, you're a Juried Best Missouri Hands glass artist. But if you'd like to tell a little bit about yourself, we'd love to learn from you.
Sure. I've been doing mosaics for probably 25, 30 years or so. I spent my career as a teacher of the visually impaired and blind children in Kansas. And then we took a stained glass class, and it just wasn't my thing. And I had all those pieces, and I started working with them, and yeah, it just kind of created a monster because I started in a basement room. With no ventilation, no nothing, and kind of worked my way up to this studio that I have now. So yeah, it's a passion of mine. I can't stop. So yeah, it's yeah, I love doing it. I can spend the entire day in the studio. I forget
Yeah.
passes.
I think that's one of the nice things about art. It kind of takes you into a different world, and so that's wonderful. Now, what did you say what area you live in?
We live in Kirkwood in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. So you're in St. Louis area. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great. And how long have you been a juried Best Missouri Hands artist?
Ooh, probably maybe a year after we moved here. We've been in this house 4 years, and we lived across the
Okay.
street for about a year and a half. Then this house
All
became
right.
available, and it was a better lot for us and a better layout. So we moved across the street.
Okay. Well, great. And is that one of your pieces over your shoulder, the cat?
Yeah, kitty in the window. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that. I love
and
that.
there's
I know
Pocatello.
Patty's loves that too. She's a big cat lover.
Uh,
Oh, and Carol. I mean, Carol's got more cats than she's like. So, so you're speaking our language there.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
grew up with a lot of
well,
cats.
yeah. Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, how about if we run the video? Would that be
Sure.
okay? And then we'll open it up for questions. And all right. So let me see here. Zoom has changed some things. Um, Let me see if I've got this here. Okay. I had it right. There we go. All right. We're going to show your video that you made, and then we'll open it up to questions. So thank you for sharing this with us. Let me make this full size. Can everybody see that? Are we a thumbs up? We're good? Okay.
We're seeing your cows right now.
Okay, I just
Oh,
left
you're seeing my cows?
and I'm
Yep.
going to the studio.
Are
There it
you?
is.
Where are my
We
Hearing
cows
her
had it
at?
video,
built
but we're hearing her video,
about
so it's running
Okay,
somewhere.
well, I
We're
want to
just not
show
now.
you.
We're not
just left
seeing
the
it.
house, kind of at the
Okay,
tail end of
hang
COVID.
on here. I'm going to get this fit.
Yeah, we lived in mid-century historical neighborhood. So it for a lot of kind of at the tail end of COVID.
Technology
Yeah,
is
we
my
lived in
strong.
mid-century historical
I just
neighborhood.
great
So
with it.
a lot of
We're hearing
built a
it. We
lot
just aren't seeing it.
roofs. We moved in.
Okay, I'm
Had the
gonna
house
play
and it had
again.
to have the slanted roof. But it got done and I love it. That's up. And we're gonna start right here.
Okay, let me see here. Okay,
Okay,
so
we're
you're
not hearing
seeing
it
my
anymore. So
house.
now
Okay,
we're not
I
seeing anything.
stopped
You
it.
stopped sharing. I mean, sorry, now we're
Okay,
not seeing anything. We're seeing people. At least I should say I am. I shouldn't
okay.
use the we like I know what everybody else is seeing.
All right. Let me see here. You know, you think I would learn this stuff. I got my degree in animal science, folks, so it's a long way from technology. Uh, all right, so share and let's
Well, and the
see.
technology continues to change. So a
Thank
lot of
you. Thank
grace
you,
for you,
Patty.
Kim, because it is
All right, now we're
always
seeing her
changing.
studio.
Okay, let me see if I can make it full size. I'm not seeing where it'll let me.
Looks pretty big
Can you
to me.
see?
I don't know about everybody else.
Okay. That look okay?
Yeah, I have it full size on my iPad.
Looks
Okay.
good.
All right. I'm gonna try again then, all right?
Okay, I just left the house and I'm going to the studio. There it is. We had it built when we moved in about 4.5 years ago. Kind of the tail end of COVID. Yeah, we live in a mid-century historical neighborhood, so it took a lot of hoops to. It had to match the house, and it had to have the slanted roof. But it got done, and I love it. That's up, and we're gonna start. We're gonna start right here. So that is my big tumbler. I tumble all the glass that I use, and I'll show you. Well, I'll show you. I'll explain it later. I do a lot of labeling, as you'll see. Um, I mean, everything's labeled. I, you should see the yarn room. It's even worse or better. It depends on how you look at it. The windows are the main thing in here, I think. So there's two of them. And when they were building it, they gave me the windows flat, and I did them in the back bedroom. I'd never done a window. I really, I was kind of like, just, okay, let's do it. And I've researched it a little bit, and they've held up, so that's good. But yeah, when they put them in, they said they were the most amazing, scariest windows they'd ever installed. I just hid in a bedroom, so I was not going to watch. There's a black iris, which I like making. This is that's a photo from a photo of Greg Colden, who's a photographer in St. Louis. I contacted him to do one of his wild ponies, and he wrote back and he said, I never give permission to use my photos because people steal the photos. And I think he said that. Anyway, but then he said, but I really want to see it in glass. So, and I sent him a photo. I did each piece of his mane with the saw. So yeah, I think he's pretty cool. Um, so then, when we get over here, there's some drawers of things. There's sunflower drawers, there's whiskers, it says, and little trees. And the rooster drawer is over on the little table. You'll see it. There is frit. I use sometimes to give texture. These are student frames. Charlie makes all my frames. He is wonderful. He makes a frame for me, and then I decide what to put in it. So I never know what I'm going to get. But when I did a class at the Green Door recently, I really wanted 10 the same, and that didn't make him real happy. He didn't like making 10 the same, but he did it. He did it. This is all transparent glass. I don't use a lot of it. You'll see when we get to the opaque glass. I have done a little bit, obviously the windows, but there's an owl and a sun, and there's another one on the other side. I don't know. I just don't like it as well. It's hard to sell because you need a light box, or you need light going through it somehow. There's a lot of shells up there. I have a lot more. When we went to Orange Beach, I think, a couple of years for a month, and I would just get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was like a treasure hunt. I couldn't stop. I really couldn't stop. Down below is one of the ones I'm working on. It's going to be called Game Night, and it's got a lot of, well, I'm doing the gray right now, the background, but then I'm gonna put a lot of little pieces on top. Monopoly, Clue, Dungeons and Dragons, Jacks, marbles, things like that. There's my sheets of glass that I have right now. Yeah. And then over here, I'm gonna back up because this is my opaque glass.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. But I use it. I use it every day. And the drawers change. They're all in alphabetical order, of course. And they've all been tumbled. So they're easy to handle. I don't get as many cuts. I still get cuts. I have Band-Aids here that I don't even go in the house anymore when I get cut, but I don't get cut very often anymore. Tiles down below, large tiles, small tiles, strips that I cut. Sometimes I like to do strips and cut them randomly. Kismet tiles. I love Kismet tiles. You'll see it on the sunflower behind me. That one that says sea glass, it isn't really sea glass, although I have found pieces, but not as many as in there. What I do is take the transparent pieces over there. I'm pointing to it, but I'm not going there. And I use the grit with the opaque. I don't. I just use water, but use the three parts of grit. The three, you have to, like you're doing rocks, and it comes out kind of cloudy, kind of like sea glass, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting to use. These two students made yesterday, and they're coming back to grout today, actually. Really a nice job in a day. Amaryllis and this whole. I mean, they did. I mean, they did great. Here's the. Well, we're going to go around. Yeah, we're going to go around and talk about the table. The table is L-shaped. And so when I have students, I have one where the sunflower is right there, and one where Kansas is, and then one on that outside edge, and then one at the little table behind me. I move it over. I can have four. And then I sit back where game night is. But yeah, so I have, I have a lot going on in here. I'm working on the sunflower. I love when Charlie does the recessed, makes the frame with wide wood and then just a little piece of wood, Voidy board, so I'm recessed the middle of the sunflower like I did that one. Same thing. I think that style is used for a mirror, and I have done mirrors in the past, quite a few mirrors actually. The little boxes he made to get the flying glass, and especially with those black nippers, you have to have something to contain the glass. And I like that the nipped parts go in the box, and then I retumble them. So this is I'm using the Kismet tiles, but I'm cutting them up, and that's going to be the background. I'm not sure what the middle's going to be yet, but it's probably going to be something I'm going to talk about in a minute. This is Kansas. I've made it 3 times. I started the first Kansas, which is huge, and it's above our couch. And the reason I started it is because I wanted to do a windmill. And I still love making that little windmill. But the Kansas that's above the couch, it was unfinished for 10 years. It was like half done. And then this, I think it was the St. Louis paper was coming to interview me. And I thought, oh, this can't be half done. So I finally finished it. So I'm very happy that I did. I mosaic everything. There's the Kleenex box. This is our exchange student, Evelyn, who lives in Estonia, and we went to visit her, and I took that picture. These frames that I find occasionally, I don't find them much anymore. I do love, like, I find them in junk stores or antique stores, but yeah, they're rare. This is Sunday morning. We call it Sunday morning because it's been on Sunday morning as one of the transition pieces that are in between stories. It's like 3 seconds of fame, but it's just kind of exciting. I've been on quite a few times. I get letters in the middle of the night, and yeah, so they say one of your mosaics is going to be after such and such story.
Wow.
This is the cart of just things that I need like, close to me. That looks like Elmer's glue, but I empty the Elmer's glue and it's well done. My saw and my grinder I couldn't live without. Up above, oh, this is a cool piece. There are 9, did I say? There are 9 mosaics that I will not sell. Sunday morning, Evelyn, we'll get to the wolf, but this is also one of them. This is called Freedom and that is actual barnwood from Minnesota, very old barnwood. So, and we seal it, but we tell people not to eat it this is one of the 9 we won't sell anyway. You see those lines on him? He was supposed to, the photo, and I'll show you the photo, he's a bull. He was behind barbed wire. We saw him on a bike ride in Lawrence, Kansas, actually. And I took his picture, and I was planning on putting barbed wire on top, showing showing that he was behind barbed wire. But and I went to the barbed wire store, her shop, her place, and I said, I need about 12 inches, 14 of barbed wire, the littlest you have. And they just looked at me, and then I told them what for, and they just got all excited. They gave me all kinds of barbed wire. But when I put it on him, I didn't like it. So that's why he's called Freedom, because he has no barbed wire. And so there's a bus that I've made a long time ago that a neighbor has dibs on, and I think he's going to get it sometime this year. There's the Bug that was my first car in 1970. Let there be peace. There's recording stands for when I record. We have a YouTube channel. It's small, but it's been going on a while. It's called Yarn and Glass. There's my I keep most of my patterns that I either draw or trace from my photos. This is Millefiori. I have a fairly big collection of it. Well, you'll see I use it. Yeah, there you go. I use it in the rooster there. Yeah, the rest is just supplies. So this is the little table that I was talking about for the 4th student. Yeah, I mosaic it. I mosaic everything. Did I say that already? Yeah. If During COVID, I came close to mosaicing a wall. I really did. This is a cart that has all the parts of the littles. On this table, I usually do littles. I don't usually have a bigger mosaic. And the littles are 4x6 or 3x5 frames. I do owls, monarchs, dragonflies, chickadees, cardinals, of course, and I think that's it. Yeah, and they sell because they're very reasonable. So this is the cart for the littles with all the parts, so that I just can sit at that table and pull out the drawer. So that's that. This is another one of my 9, the wolf, which is extremely special to me. that I will not sell. There's Draco the Dragon, Constellation. This whole section of drawers I call feathers, and they're very little pieces, all tumbled also. They're grass or they're feathers or anything little. I think the rooster has the white feathers on it. So yeah, I use them a lot, and it's handy to have the little pieces. The guitars are here because I'm trying to relearn the guitar. I was pretty good in high school. I was fairly good in college. Here's my notebook of college songs, and it's on my bingo card. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I've got the calluses already. So I've been working. This is my grout colors. I have a lot more in the half garage. We have a small garage. Charlie has his shop in the main garage. And then there's a little garage that we have for storage, and that's our only storage. There's some more frames that need Ouija board, some clamps for putting the Ouija board in. I glue it with wood glue, and then then he puts the thingies on it. I'm sure they have a name, but I call them thingies. And there's more Millefiori there. Here's my 15 minutes in, and so here's my grout cart that has my supplies that I could just carry outside. Oh, well, here's all the CBS Sunday Morning. Oops, I should put the camera on it. Yeah, these are all the ones that have been on. That's the letters that I get. And then of course, Sunday Morning. And let me find just a couple photos and then we'll stop. I love using my own photos. Oh, there's a commission. I hate commissions. I always think I'm going to screw them up. And then I don't charge enough because they take a lot longer than I expected. There's Freedom. There's the original Freedom with his barbed wire. Thought I'd find a stray dog in here somewhere. I just saw Greg's. There he is. Stray dog. So there's my mosaic, and there's stray. White.
Wow.
There's stray dog. There he is. Yeah, I love making my own photo. Oh, I wanted to say, my granddaughter. Oh, I don't have time, do I? She made her first mosaic at age 13, and I mean, at 3, it's only 5 now. At 3, and she used those doodads that are up on top there. And then the second one she made a little later than that she learned how to color block, and that was fun. Anyway, I got to stop. That is my place. So, oh gosh, 17 minutes. Is that bad? I think it's okay. All right. Bye.
That was wonderful. Look at that. That's beautiful. Goodness gracious. You did
Wow, those
fantastic.
windows, that last shot with those windows, those are gorgeous with them backlit, looking into the
Yeah,
gorgeous.
at night they kind of glow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That you did a great job. You did a great job. That was don't worry about the time. I'll have to let people know not to, you know. I mean, we'll get it all in. But yeah, you did wonderful. That was beautiful. Man, you got enough glass to
I know.
mosaic mosaic half of St. Louis, don't you?
I do. And I keep getting more, or people give me scraps and I sort them. And yeah, I have a lot of glass, I know. But yeah, I use it.
And I like how you've cataloged. Yeah, I like how you've cataloged your work with the image and a picture of the finished piece. That's very smart. That's very smart.
Right. I
Yeah.
like doing that. Yeah.
Anybody got a question?
Well,
I would
Michelle has a
I want to
big long
comment.
comment. Yes.
Yes,
Go ahead,
I
Michelle.
want to comment. So one, I love the red vines in the window because in any studio you have to have something to snack on,
You've
right?
got to have some.
So so I love that. And then I like the bicycle that you have in your other window. So I'm
Oh,
always looking for unique things. It's a little metal bicycle. And then Holy Mother of Mary, do you have glass? Girl, that you have got some glass. I
I
am interested. I am interested though. Like I've now just dipped off into the world of stained glass. And I am interested. You tumble all of your glass. Is it for the simplicity of making it easier to mess with, or is there a reason behind that?
so that I don't get cut as often. It
Okay.
really does smooth the edges. It gets rid of the points and yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can go through a drawer with my hand without even thinking about getting cut.
Interesting.
Less pieces have gotten in there, which happens.
Yeah.
But
Interesting. So if you were, I know that you don't, but if you were to foil any of those pieces, it makes it easier probably to foil because you don't have the sharp edges as well.
yeah, good.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then, and I like your box of catching flying glass because I am a fuse glass artist. And so in my studio, oftentimes we're nipping stuff or we're doing other things. And you kind of just have to like close your eyes and go because you don't know where it's going to end up. But I
Right.
love the idea that you have something that kind of catches some of that
Yeah.
stuff. So that's a great idea. And I
Thank-
love when I'm a windmill fan. I have a windmill on our property. I have one in our home, a real windmill. So I loved your piece that had the red barn and the windmill.
Yeah. Yeah.
So great job.
Thank you.
How big
Patty?
is the studio, Virgine?
How big? Oh, I don't know.
It looks huge.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. Charlie would know. I don't know. um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I have no idea. Spatial, I'm not good at. But it is pretty big. It's the biggest place I've ever had to mosaic. And I've spread out, so I use every inch of it.
Yeah, you're great at spatials when it comes to mosaics, because I mean, I have no idea how you figure out how to piece all that stuff together. So you are good at spatials, just maybe not big rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
I I do have one more question. So whenever you come up with an item that you're not willing to part with, is there a specific reason? Does it hold more of a memory? Is it more when you decide that you're not going to sell something, what is usually your reason for that?
I treasure it. I wanted to go to the children. So yeah, and it's
Okay.
just I don't think I like the wolf. I could not part
Mhm.
with that. I've taken
Yeah.
it to shows and then you put not for sale and I feel kind of like they go, oh, geez. So I don't even take the 9 pieces to sales anymore. But yeah, they either have a memory like our exchange student, or they're just special. Or, stray dog is really special to me. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the hardest part when you create something, right? Is
right.
because you create it and you get a lot of buzz on it and you think, well, maybe I'll just make another, maybe I'll do something else. So I was just curious.
Yeah,
I think
and
we all have something we won't get rid of.
I have found making a second one, it's never quite as good, or to me, it just doesn't measure up to the first one. Even though I've made things, I make the rooster a lot, and I've made Kansas 3 times. I make sunflowers all the time, but the really detailed pieces are hard to duplicate for me.
Patty,
Virgine,
did you have a question?
yeah, I absolutely loved your tour. Your space is so incredible. I am curious about, of course, I want to come take a class with you because I've never done mosaics
Oh,
before. I'm a
okay.
ceramic artist, but
Yeah.
it was just so cool, even with your, on Freedom, the amount of colors. I mean, you look like like a early abstract artist. Like your stuff is very like Monet-ish. I mean, just with all your color combinations. So yes, I am curious about how would I look into taking a class with you. I'm in St. Charles, so I'm pretty close.
close. I have a website, Mosaics by Virgene, and it shows a lot about the classes. But I mean, they're 125. They're all day. I make a really good lunch. I sourdough bread the night before. So yeah, and then we have snacks, and so it's a whole day. And some people use it like as a girls' day out. I've had couples do it. It's really
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, I bet my husband would love, like, that's what I think it would be a really fun thing. Now, as far as what people design, do you have kind of templates that you tell people, or do people come with you with maybe like a reference photo or some kind of thing in their minds? How does that work?
both ways. I have a whole folder of a notebook of photos that they can use as templates, but a lot of times they want to bring something, and I ask them to send me the photo beforehand, like that owl. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll see, but God, she did so good. But I resize it to a couple frames so that it actually so it fits. And sometimes I reject, like, no, you can't do a person. Your first mosaic cannot be a person. But
Well, oh my gosh. Well, I will definitely be reaching out to you. And one last thing, bravo on your organizational skills. Like, I
Yeah.
love, like, everything that was labeled, all of that. I was like, oh, that is fantastic.
yeah,
So I
funny.
can't wait. I know we've never met in person. I look forward to meeting you and just coming and being in your space and your energy. And you're just such a lovely person. So thank you for doing this tour, Virgine.
Very, very nice to say. Thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome. I watch the CBS Sunday show every week, and that's probably one of my favorite parts is seeing the sons and stuff. So that the fact that your work has been on there, so I've seen your work on TV. I just didn't realize it, and that's incredible.
I've been on 8 times. Sunday morning, I know, has been on 3 times, and
Wow.
then a variety of others that some I've sold. I have photos of them, but some I still have. I have one called uh, the sky, all the planets, and a sun in the middle. What's that called? I lose words.
Solar system? Solar system?
Yeah, that. And yeah, and that's been on. I mean, sometimes sunflowers have been on, which, they just, but they're doing a little more AI now. I see. We watch it every week.
Uh,
It's not all original art, which makes me sad because I thought that was such a
yeah.
special thing that they did. But they still do art, so it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very neat. Michelle wanted to make sure, is your website www.mosaicsbyvirgene.com or
Uh,
.org?
Calm.
Dot
Yeah.
.com.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I
And
think
I will make sure that goes on
oh,
the YouTube
great.
information video and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I found you Mosaics by Virgine on Instagram. So of course I'm a follower now. So
I'm
I
ever
will be stalking you and all your amazing
oh,
work. Oh my gosh.
I've taken a few months off because of this darn knee operation, but
Mm.
I'm on the mend. I'm going to the studio a little more. There's a little bit of a uphill and a step that I wasn't able to do at first, but I'm getting there.
Good.
Well, it's so neat.
I,
Oh gosh, it just all the
I
things you shared really have
Thank you.
it's just you've sparked something in me. So thank you.
Yeah,
Virgine, tell me a bit about your process. I mean, I could tell in your studio that that's where you work with the glass and you lay it all out. But
hmm
then you talked about the grout, but you said something about going outside. So do you have a space outside where you
yeah. There's
take them?
a patio that's right outside. We had a patio built outside the door. I like to grout outside because it's a little more messy, but I still, if it's raining and there's students, we grout inside. Lots of newspapers and yeah, so yeah, and that's the same day sometimes, which I know they don't
Oh,
recommend. And some pieces come off, you just reglue them, but I really like to wait a day or two to grout. But yeah, so I go outside. Yeah, and I a lot of times Charlie started it. I did a huge sunflower with a light background, and he said, "Do it in two colors. Do it in two colors." So that started me on yeah. It's a lot of taping. I don't like taping. But yeah, it makes it stand out. So, but I usually do. Hopefully, you try to do one color of grout. I have a lot of colors of grout too, which is really fun. Um, yeah. So
I wanted to comment also. I am a fused glass artist, and I have done one mosaic in my life, and it was with big pieces.
uh-huh.
And I cannot imagine doing a mosaic with anything smaller than the bigger pieces
Mm.
that I used. It's just incredible what you do. I mean, the patience you must have to do that.
Thank you.
I know how much time I spend on some of my pieces, and I'm sure you spend a great deal more. They're just beautiful, just beautiful. And thank you for the tour. Your studio is really cool. I also did have one other question about Sunday morning. I have submitted my original artwork to them and have never heard anything back. So, do they tell you when they're going to
Yeah.
show it?
Yeah, they do. The gal that was in charge of the art she gets like, I don't know, thousands of
Oh,
pieces,
I'm sure she does.
but she just retired. And maybe that's why they're using it
Oh, okay. Okay.
more. But I still see original art, and I'm still gonna occasionally send a photograph, but I just send a photograph and I can't remember. Well, she's gone anyway, but the
Yeah.
producer that collected all those pieces of art and then figured out what story they went with.
Ah, okay.
That was a cool
Okay.
job.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I
Mhm.
I don't watch that show as often as I used to, but every now and again, we watch, and I'm always intrigued by the transition pieces that they use.
Yeah,
So I think I may resubmit and
yeah,
see if maybe
going.
they, yeah.
Yeah, and I just started. We were in Minnesota doing a show, and Sunday morning actually used to be a table, and a man came in and said,
Hmm.
"You should submit that on CBS Sunday morning." So, and Charlie went off to do a major hike. He did the Camino, 500 miles.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, he was gone a long time, and I thought I'm just going to send a picture. I'm just, and yeah, she wrote back, and yeah, they have used that one. I think 3 or 4 times at least.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
just it's just fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
3 seconds of fun.
Yes. 3 seconds of fame.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you too. You said you had a YouTube channel, Yarn and Glass. How come it's yarn and glass?
Well, because my other passion is knitting and crocheting and spinning and dyeing and all the things with fiber. So yeah, so I split it up between the things that I've knit, or I mean, it's very. I mean, I don't even think I have 100 subscribers, but some of them are strangers. We don't film
Yep.
very often, but then I show the mosaics that I've just finished, and sometimes I go to the studio. So, yeah, it's just also kind of a history of our life almost. Because I don't know, I think I started it 4 or 5 years ago, but we're on episode. I don't even know, 40 or something, 50 maybe. So, yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of a following, but not much.
Well, you might gain a few more today. And I will put that information too with the YouTube video and stuff. So, Well,
Just an
one question.
FYI, one of the things I'm finding with YouTube is you get a lot of not followers, but a lot more views with the shorts. So when you do decide to do some filming, do some shorts as well and put them out there. You may gain followers, but you'll definitely gain viewers with the
That's
shorts.
true. Same with Instagram.
Yeah,
Do short.
the
Um,
reels. Yeah. Use the same one. Just put it on both Instagram and
put it on
YouTube.
everything. I
Yeah.
haven't done YouTube, but I do Instagram, Facebook. What else is there? Maybe that's it. But yeah, I've taken a little bit of a break because of this darn knee, but I'm getting back into it.
I'm
Now, do
already
you
looking
have
up
your work?
mosaics to get ideas.
Pardon?
I'm already looking up mosaics online to get ideas of what we could use in a class.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. I love doing the classes because I just meet such wonderful people. I mean, it's a whole day, and Charlie joins us for lunch, and we just have a really good time. It's really I've been doing classes in all the states we've lived in, so I've been doing them a long time.
Now, do you
Yep,
have
I'm
your?
on
Oh,
a
go ahead, Carol.
Oh, okay. For one thing, now I'm really afraid to show my own studio after this.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
no.
and my hang on, my phone is ringing in my head. Um, I in my previous life I had an antique store for 30 years plus, and I had some old glass from old stained glass broken pieces. There's really nothing wrong with using some old stuff as opposed to some of the newer glass, correct?
Sure, sure. Why not? Yeah. That's
Okay, because when somebody shows me something now, I have to try it. And that's the problem with my studio and my life. So this is going to inspire me to dig up the box of broken stained glass downstairs that needs a life and an idea. So, okay, great.
no, stained glass is
Without
crap.
without a tumbler, would I be able to, can I emery board or something to soften things since I don't have a tumbler?
Um, Yeah, you can nip off the points. I mean, I worry about the sharp points when you cut glass up. So I try to nip those off. And then when I make something, I also kind of put my hand over it and I Dremel a little bit if there's a sharp edge coming up because, I've noticed in galleries and even in shows, I don't think you would go up to an artist that did watercolor and put your hands on it. But I have noticed people like to feel the mosaic. So I worry so much about people getting cut. Yeah.
Well, I make jewelry using broken glass, and I use an emery board on every piece. I could just sit and just do that while I'm watching TV
Yeah.
and stuff, not even think about it. But it'd be the same kind of thing to soften, because basically you're softening the edges and you're shaping more than I probably would need to, because I'll probably just deal with what I have. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, I guess I'm gonna go downstairs and dig up my box. Thanks.
Virgine, Patty just asked this question, and I was wondering it myself. Do you have your work in galleries? Do you do art shows? How do you sell your work?
Well, I've done a lot of art shows over the years in 4 states that we've lived in. I've done a few here in St. Louis, but we're going on 80, so we don't want to do the tent anymore. So I'm
Right.
looking for kind of inside shows that are a little bit easier to set up. Like I'm going to be in John Burroughs. So it's like a high school, but it's a very fancy cool. But yeah, I've done art shows for as long as I can remember. Before that, I did craft shows. So I've always
Mhm.
sold things. My whole life, I've sold things.
Hey,
So
Virgine,
Okay. And
just so you know that the art fair at Queenie Park, their fall show applications are now online. So I don't know if you've ever been into that show before.
onto it. I just don't have those pro panels, so I thought, oh, I don't, my screens that I hang the mosaics on are not tall enough. I mean, they're taller than me, but they're not.
Well, just know that you can rent pipe and drape through the park and a private, they have
Yeah,
that, but your work is phenomenal. So
yeah,
I'm just planting the seed for you.
I know. We've thought about it because that's a very nice inside show. Very nice. So, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We're wearing out a little. But yeah, I've done a lot of shows.
how about galleries? Do you have your work in any
Oh,
galleries?
yeah, the Green Door Gallery in Webster Groves. I've been in that. I've been a resident artist for a couple years now. So yeah, no, it's wonderful. And I work 2 days a month, which is fun. So to
Yeah.
lower a little bit. Yeah, it's a great gallery. It's really lots of different kinds of art. So and I've
Well,
done really well there. So it's been good. It's been a good outlet. But I've done galleries in pretty much all the states we've lived in, all four, and a lot of shows. Oh my gosh, a lot of shows. But yeah, we sold the tent. We're done. It's
yep.
just you run into weather and it's hard. It's hard at our age. So
What
we're
states have you lived in? What
um, we
states have you lived in?
whole career was Kansas City. I grew up in Chicago, and then when we retired from the School for the Blind, we looked at each other and said, we really like Minnesota. We didn't tell the children. We just bought a house on a lake in like 90 miles from Canada, Bemidji, Minnesota. And yeah,
Wow.
we lived there, and then we had a grandchild in San Antonio, not San Antonio, San Marcos, Texas. So we would go half and half. So we did that for 8 years, and it was wonderful. It's a long drive, but it was wonderful. So those two states, Kansas and then Minnesota, Missouri.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Uh, we always ask, we've been asking everybody, when you're creating, do you have on like a radio or TV, or do you work in silence? What's your preferred
I
creative?
like music a lot. I have a speaker in there, but I really just do audiobooks mostly. I love
Okay.
just listening to a book. Yeah. And then I do music. I have like students that come typically have music on their phones. So then they can play their own
Mhm.
music if they want, because that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Some like silence. And silence isn't bad, but I like a
Mhm.
book.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. Anybody have any more questions? I mean, your space is amazing and you're very talented. I
Thank
I,
you.
I appreciate you signing up to do a studio tour with us because it's a
Uh,
lot of fun. A lot of
Good.
fun.
I had so much trouble with the video and oh man, none of my devices would go on Zoom today. I think because I have been using the computer or the iPad very much. And so I've just been using my phone. I'm on my phone now. That was the only way I could
Mhm.
get on. So yeah, but yeah,
Well,
I'm glad I got,
technology.
thank you for helping me and taking the video off my
Oh,
hands. I didn't have to
yeah.
figure.
Well, then, yeah. And it took me a bit to get it to play right, so I apologize for that, but we got it. We got it.
Than I would way better than I would have done.
Uh,
Well,
so
I
any
sent
more
you a
questions?
message on your website and I'm interested in myself and my mom taking a class. So anyway, very, very cool.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, that's great. I appreciate it. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. You've got at least a couple more people signed up now then, because Patty wants to take classes and Michelle wants to take classes. Michelle, I forget, what area are you in? You're
Columbia,
not
Missouri.
Jeff City,
No,
Columbia.
Columbia.
Okay. All right.
It's a hop, skip, and
Yeah.
down I-70. With all the construction, it might take just a little longer, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. All right, let's see if we got any more questions in the chat. Patty says, thank you very much. It was a wonderful studio tour, which I definitely agree. And Patty had asked if you were in galleries, and you said Green Door. Now, who owns Green Door? That's
Uh,
not
Leah Bard, Leah Merriman, um,
okay. So that was the one that Mary used
Mary
to
Martin,
own.
Mary Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I've been in there before. That is a nice space.
It
Very
is.
nice space. I know is Allison Norfleet?
Yeah.
Is she in too? Yeah, okay. All right.
She's there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been down there, but I like the space a lot. All right. Anybody else have any questions? And I love the colors. I love the color of your room there, and I love your studio. I like the bright colors. Makes
I
me
do.
happy.
I do too. Well, thank you very
Well,
much.
yeah. Is there anything you'd like to share, Virgine, before we hop off of here?
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay.